So for my last album, I needed a psychedelic Babylonian introduction for one song in particular, and I'm going to show you how I built that. Welcome to another IGTV episode where we go under the hood to look at the nuanced techniques of Chords of a Man music. I'm Matthew David Fritz, and today I'm going to show you how we built a psychedelic Babylonian intro. That's just what I call it. It's kind of what I needed for our song, A Land Far Away. It's prosody. It means I'm trying to match the feel of the song with the content of the song. And it takes place in Babylonian captivity in ancient Israel. So I thought, could I possibly make an introduction that carries you away to this realm that is completely foreign and Middle Eastern, of course. Now, I don't speak any Middle Eastern languages and I don't have Middle Eastern instruments, but this is what I did to develop that introduction to create that effect. First of all, I started with my cajon. You can see my trusty cajon that I built here. Use this in all our songs. And I just started with a basic rhythm, something like this. Okay, and I recorded that just like I did now. And then I took it to my workstation and did a little bit of manipulation to the tone of it. I'm going to show you what I did. It was just one trick, and it converted this sound into something that sounds a little bit more foreign to our ears. And I'm going to show you how I did that. And then I'll also add in another special effect that is very effective, and that's the linguistic part of it. Okay, now at the computer, in the middle of the screen, I have a blue section here that represents the recording of the cajon. I'm going to play that for you once, just like I recorded it. So that's our introduction right there. Except it doesn't sound the way I want it to. It just sounds like a regular cajon. So I'm going to convert that to a more foreign sound, a very unique sound. I'm going to do that by using a multi-band compressor that filters out bands according to your preference so that you can hear what's going on in each frequency band. So I chose a narrow band starting at 431 hertz. So I'm going to stretch it to 431 hertz. I already played around with this before, so I kind of know exactly where it should be. I'm just going to write it in 431 hertz. And then the middle part here, the part that I want to hear, goes up to 586 hertz. So I'm going to solo that band, that very narrow band between 431 and 586. And I'm going to listen to that and see how that sounds. It's a lot different. Now I'm going to take that band out and play it all together. That's what the cajon sounds like normally. And here's what it sounds like filtered, with the other frequencies filtered out except for that narrow band in the middle. So that's the sound I'm going for. So that's the drum part of the introduction. So now I wanted to add a vocal component to this introduction. Something that, again, sounded very foreign, like it was from a foreign country. Don't speak Middle Eastern languages, but that's what I was going for. So I did the best I could with what I had. But I also wanted something harmonic in there too. I knew that actually right off the bat. I wanted something harmonic. So what I did was I sampled, I believe they're all female vocals. Maybe there might be a male in there too. But I sampled basically a D minor chord with vocals. So you can see there's 4 tracks here that are highlighted. Play those. So that's just That's just a vocal D minor chord. There's a D, there's an F, and there's an A in there. And I put them together, and I gradually made it louder and louder until it came to a peak at the end of the introduction. The other thing I wanted to do was sample some actual vocals and reverse them and try to make them sound like a foreign language. So I did that. I found some vocals in the background section, and I cut them up and sampled them and stretched them a little bit and overlapped them and put them at the beginning, and these are the ones that I chose. So there you have the samples that I used, and then what I did was I reversed everything. I reversed those samples, and I reversed the D minor chord samples, and this is what I came up with. So it sounds kind of like a foreign language. We'll listen to it together with the drums and the vocals, and we'll see how that sounds. And there it leads into the song, which is more of an Americana style song, but it's a really neat psychedelic Babylonian intro, as I call it. Well, I hope you enjoyed that episode. We'll see you next time when we go under the hood to look at more nuanced techniques of chords of a man music. Take care.